Well, hello everyone. Let me tell you about the adventure I just returned on. Last week, I traveled from Houston to New Orleans to board a container vessel. And on that ship, we sailed down the Mississippi River, we crossed the Gulf, sailed past Cuba, and after a few adventures on the way, we berthed in Kingston, Jamaica. In this video, I will document that adventure. And it started out with a bang. Through the trip, we had difficulties with the anchor when it became stuck, and we had to cut it free. And then finally, as a finale, getting out of Jamaican prison. The original plan was to fly to New Orleans, stay the night in a hotel, and then board the ship early in the morning. However, the ship was leaving ahead of schedule, so I had to go directly from the airport to the port. However, the gate that I needed to enter was already closed. The Uber driver was allowed to drop me off at the main gate, but from there I had to walk through the ship, and it was a long walk. So here we go. This is some bullshit. I'm walking, but at least there's no traffic. Freaking port police keeps driving by. I asked if I could have a ride. He says the only place I'll take you is to jail, so I have to walk. Bunch of bullshit. Okay, well, I finally made it on board. This is gonna be my home for the next week. Classy. It's like a floating prison. It even looks like one. I'll take you up to the bridge in just a second. Yep, prison. Well, let's see what the bridge looks like at night. We're here in the Mississippi River in the port of New Orleans. And we'll walk down the consoles. Let's go look at the Mississippi River. There's the Mississippi River. And the weather is nice here, actually. I'm on board a ship on the Mississippi River. And there is downtown New Orleans. We're about to set sail to Jamaica. There comes our tugboat now. Pretty cool. Well, I actually was busy and got distracted and missed the bridge. But there's downtown. It'll take us about 6 more hours to get to open sea. I'm not sure what this little boat's doing. It looks like he's on a suicide mission. We are now passing another large container vessel. This is the CGM. I can't quite read it. Alamavia, something like that. Almavia. We are now about to exit the jetties at the very mouth of the Mississippi River. And then we'll be going out into the open Gulf of Mexico. And this is actually a base station for the pilots. That's pretty interesting. And there's the ocean. We'll be in blue water soon. And one more shot of the pilot base station. So this is where the pilots will stay while they're waiting on the ships to come in and out that the pilot boats take them to. And New Orleans is approximately 70 nautical miles that direction. I'm curious to see how rough the seas are going to be once we get out there. Now we're a couple miles at sea at the mouth of the Mississippi River, and the pilot boat is coming to retrieve the pilots that guided us down the river. And I'm going to capture them climbing off the boat. Now the pilot is going over to the next ship, which is an inbound tanker. Bulk carrier. That is his next destination. He's going to guide that vessel up the river. I am now in the engine control room near the very bottom of the ship. This is where they can monitor and control the engine. And now let's go look at the engine outside of the window. So the engine on this ship is absolutely massive. The video does not fully capture the scale of the size of this. And all we're seeing right here is the very top of the engine and the injectors. Let's go take a look outside. Massive engine. The water is so blue. The image on the phone does not do it justice. This is beautiful. And we're actually making about 15 knots, which is a pretty good speed for the size of this ship. Oh, the water's so blue. We've now been at sea for 3 days. And you can never beat a sunset on the ocean. We'll be arriving in Jamaica the day after tomorrow. Oh, that is gorgeous. We are now in the Caribbean. Well, we arrive in Jamaica tomorrow afternoon, so I'm doing a little laundry before I go to shore. And this is the ship's laundry room on E-deck, which is where I'm located. They have to strap down the machines in case the seas get rough. this out. I'm at the stern of the vessel, and the sea is angry today. Yeah, the video never does the size of the seas any kind of justice. But look at the mountains. It's really hard to see on camera, but they are much larger than I expected. I'll be there tomorrow. We're not coming in until 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, we are still anchored at the moment because the anchor is actually stuck. And they're trying to get it free, and if they can't, we're going to have to cut the anchor loose. The weather is a little more clear today, so we may actually be able to see the port. You can see where the lighter colored water is. That is where it gets shallower because it is very deep right here. And I hope we get back this afternoon because my flight is in the morning and I'm ready to go home. Well, good morning. It is currently 0600 in the morning, and we finally arrived in Kingston, Jamaica. Unfortunately, I was not able to film us coming in because by the time we released the anchor, it was already 3 a.m. So we came in during darkness. But this is the port of Kingston, Jamaica. It's much, much more mountainous than I expected. I'm from Houston, Texas, where it's really flat. So this is very cool. I'm not going to have any time at shore. I'm going directly to the airport and back to another ship that's waiting on me in Houston. It's a relatively small container port compared to what we have in Houston. Well, for as small as it is, this is a relatively busy container terminal. And I like how they make the trains of containers more efficient than one truck at a time. And one small final walkthrough of the bridge before I depart for the airport. And we have another small container vessel, the Seamaster, about to pass by our port side. And there she is. I'm guessing that ship is only around 10,000 tons. Much, much smaller than the one that I'm on. We're closer to 80,000 tons. And we're only about 3/4 of the way loaded. Freedom! Freedom! There's a floating prison. Thank you.
Here in our dear,
We're almost out of prison.
yeah, but you lose your cool, not lose it once and just calm down. Yeah, history.
Freedom.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's like getting out of prison. It is like getting out of prison.
Yeah.
Ah. Is the door open or something?